Hey everyone, I'm Chris, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a book called Obelisk Gate. It is the second book in the Broken Earth series by N.K. Jemisin, and I'd kind of call it an epic fantasy, maybe? Now, I read the first book called The Fifth Season, and I didn't make a book review on it because I finished it before I started making book review videos, and it was a good book, but frankly, I just don't feel the need to go back and reread it. So in the first book, you have a woman named Essun, who is an origin, and origins have the power to make earthquakes, among other things. One day, a super overpowered origin decides to destroy the world with an earthquake that is so powerful that it's felt across the land, a city sinks, a volcano happens all of a sudden, and now the sun is blotted out with ash and the world's ending. So, good starting point. That's a gross oversimplification, but it's the gist of it. Now, Obelisk Gate is like if you took the Mage Templar dynamic and relationship from the Dragon Age games, you made all the mages super powerful earthbenders, and then toss in some themes of discrimination from the X-Men. So as for what actually happens in this book, the season grows darker as endless clouds of ash choke the life from the world. Essun has all but given up on the hopeless search for her daughter, and with no clues, has to stop and help a struggling settlement from tearing itself apart. Alabaster may have started the end of the world, but in his final days, he will teach Essun how to save it. Using the obelisks to amplify her power, Essun may just find the strength to save the world and find her daughter. Meanwhile, in the B plot, a lost daughter is found by the enemy. Essun's daughter, Nasun, has allied herself with her mother's most fearsome foe, and would go so far as to sacrifice her life to save his. With her own origin powers growing at an alarming rate, will she use those powers for good, or will she make the end of the world even worse? My money's on the second one. Unfortunately, I can only say I enjoyed about 3/4 of the book. It's all split between what Nasun is doing and what Essun is doing, and I really enjoyed what Nasun was doing in her plot, because it's all about her learning how to use her powers and figuring out the hard lessons of life and just trying to survive in a world that is cruel and pretty much hates her. Now, on top of all that, the only person that she feels she can trust, in fact, the only person who seems to love her for who she is the same person that is her mother's enemy. And not only that, this guy has a voice in his head telling him to kill Nasun. So there's a lot going on with her. I really enjoy Nasun, but Essun, for the longest time, I feel like she's just farting around in her settlement trying to play politics, and it just didn't really feel like what she was doing had much weight until the very end when she just unlocked all the cheat codes and decided to go apeshit on everybody. Another noteworthy thing in this book, it's not good or bad, I just found it humorous. It's how they introduced the word magic, like no one has ever heard of it before. Which I thought was funny, because when people start moving mountains with their minds, my first thought is, oh yeah, that's magic. Now I'll give it to the book. The earthbending, we'll just call it that, the stuff that they did before the magic, the earthbending that they were doing is slightly different than the magic that they're learning how to do. But only in that their earthbending is the tutorial of the video game that is magic. It's the basic stuff, and then we're like, ha, magic! I don't know, I just thought it was funny. I think the funniest thing about it, though, was the little scene that played out in my head between the character telling Essun about magic and Essun? Essun, you know that incredible power that we have? You mean that one that lets us move mountains? Yes! What about it? It's called magic!
Really?
But I think the most impressive thing about this book, indeed probably my favorite thing, is the sense of scale that you get whenever they use their earthbending or their magic. It's all very big compared to other things that I've read. I came up with what I think is a pretty good way to sort of visualize what I mean. Try to think of the magic from other books as the fight between Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi. If that's the case, then the magic in this book is like the fight between Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can see there's a pretty obvious difference between the two. So yeah, enjoyable book. I liked it. Mostly for the powers that they use, but I liked it well enough that I'll end up reading the third book. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment on it. The book or the video, either one, I'm easy. And if you like what I do, then try subscribing and hitting the little notification bell. And the next video I make, you'll hear about it. All right, cool, very cool. All right, bye.